Hey guys, my name is Russ and I drive my 2024 Subaru Forester Sport. I daily this car for the last 2 years now, and I think it's the perfect time to tell you how this car behaves in terms of fuel economy. Today is May 14th, 2026, and in the last 2 months the price of fuel went up over 50% for 1 gallon of regular fuel. So with that said, let me tell you some of the great and some of the absolutely terrible experiences I had with my Forester when it comes to real-world fuel economy. Let's start with the basics first. When I got this car, it obviously came with the window sticker, which proudly displays that the car will do 33 MPG highway, 26 MPG city, and 29 MPG combined. Obviously, I know that the real-world MPG and EPA ratings you get on the window sticker can be two very different things, but regardless of that, I decided to use the window sticker MPG rating as my reference point. So let's start with the good things first, and there's a lot to unpack here. This car takes the cheapest fuel at the pump. Yes, by design, Subaru Forester needs regular fuel, so I was putting nothing but regular 87 octane fuel in this car over the last 2 years, which is always amazing because I know a lot of people who drive fancier cars than mine, and they always complain, especially now, that they have to fill up with more expensive gas since that's what their engine requires. But with Forester, you go with the cheapest fuel by default, and before this whole conflict started, I was filling up here in Brooklyn for $3 a gallon, and life was amazing. So let's continue with the positives, and I'll hit you with a huge and very surprising fact about my Forester. I'm not sure how this is even possible, but even though the window sticker says that the car will do 33 mpg on a highway, I always manage to easily get 36 mpg or more when I do my long highway trips. Here's what's so surprising about this result though. I managed to get 36 mpg even though I never, ever drive this car as if I do a fuel economy run. When I'm driving, and especially when I'm driving somewhere far on a highway, I have AC on if it's hot, I have heater on when it's cold, and on those cold freezing days we obviously have heated front seats turned on to high for both me and my wife. When I drive on a highway, I use my foot to accelerate and slow down. I don't use adaptive cruise control like ever. And yes, obviously, when I do drive on a highway, there are real world conditions all around me, like hills, strong headwinds, and of course, other drivers. Also important to note that when I do these highway runs, I'm almost never alone. I have my wife and my daughter with me. We have bikes and strollers in the back, and with all of that, I still managed to easily beat the 33 mpg stated on the window sticker, and instead I'm able to achieve 36 mpg plus all day long without even trying. Or should I say, ever trying. What's especially great is that this car does come with a 16.6 gallon fuel tank, or 62.8 liter fuel tank if you're watching this in metric world. So with that math, you can technically drive almost 600 miles on one full tank of fuel. That's nearly 1,000 kilometers. And wow, that's just a huge driving distance you can cover on one full tank of fuel. And I can confirm that I had multiple times where I'd set off on a long family trip right after filling up the car to full. We would get on the highway, start driving, do a first break to stretch our legs around 80 miles into the trip, and the car would show me that it still has 520 miles still empty at that point. I mean, that's just incredibly impressive. Makes you actually want to take this car on super long road trips. So how does my Forester do this? To be honest, that's what's so perplexing to me. I mean, it has a 182 horsepower 4-cylinder boxer engine and a CVT and a symmetrical all-wheel drive. I'm sure you heard all about that one. But what's important about the all-wheel drive system here in the Forester is that it's constantly engaged. So the car is never just driving on front-wheel drive only, with rear wheels occasionally coming in when needed, like say on Toyota RAV4. So yeah, Forester is driving with all its four wheels, getting power all of the time. Go Subaru. But yeah, how do I get 36 mpg on a highway still? I don't know. It's also not the lightest car on the road, with the curb weight around 3,500 pounds or 1,600 kilograms. That's obviously before adults and strollers and all our luggage get inside the car. And yet somehow this car is still crushing it when it comes to highway MPG. This is truly impressive, and it's one of those things I absolutely love about my Subaru Forester. Last good point I want to mention here doesn't have to do with real world fuel economy per se, but it has to do with refueling. This car has its gas cap, fuel door on the right. And why does it matter? Because around 80% of cars sold in the United States have fuel door on the left, the driver's side, meaning that only about 20% of vehicles have the gas cap on the right side. And in real world, it translates to more room for you at the gas station. In fact, I don't think I ever waited once for the fuel pump to open up. My usual place where I fill up, I always just roll in and bam, the pump for the right side fuel door, folks, is always empty and waiting for me. Nice little touch, you know? So now let's talk about all the bad when it comes to real world fuel economy. And as you could probably guess, it will be all about city driving and city MPG. Let me remind you, the window sticker says that this car will get 26 MPG in the city. But in my experience of driving this car for the last 2 years, the real world city MPG I get is around 15 MPG. In fact, if I do get it to 16 MPG in the city, that's considered a great day for me. Whereas most of the time, I'm somewhere between 14 to 15 MPG. So, is the EPA city rating all a big fat lie, or is the Subaru Forester really that awful when it comes to city MPG? The truth is, I blame my particular place where I do my city driving as the real reason behind such low MPG numbers. I mean, I'm here in Brooklyn where there's a ton of traffic, and most of the drives you do are stop and go with lots of time idling between the lights. You speed up to 20 miles an hour, then you slow down, you wait 2 minutes at the light, then you crawl at 15 miles an hour to the next light. And you do that over and over and over. It's the sad and crushing reality of city driving here in Brooklyn. I know other Subaru Forester owners who drive the same fifth generation model as mine, and they tell me they get 22 to 23 mpg in their cities easily. And I thought at first that maybe my car was just still breaking in, and I needed more time to drive it for the mpg to go up a bit. But no, the time didn't really help. And 2 years in, I'm still sitting at 15 mpg in the city. I have a clue here that maybe will explain why Brooklyn is such a terrible place for city MPG in my Forester, and it has to do with Uber and Lyft. Let me explain. If you drive in New York City these days, you see that just about every car on the road has TLC plates, which basically means that they do Uber or Lyft. And in the last 2 years that I had my Subaru Forester, I maybe saw only 2 or 3 Subaru Foresters with TLC plates on them. No, this is not a joke. Every time I see one, I take a picture because it's just like, wow, they're like unicorns. And I think I realize why that is now. I mean, yeah, fuel economy. It's the main reason. Why get these crazy low numbers in a Forester day after day and basically paying more when you can run a RAV4 hybrid and save yourself hundreds of dollars a month in fuel costs alone? I mean, that's why you don't see any Subaru Foresters as Uber cars. I mean, it just makes no sense. And every time I see one, I just want to ask the driver, how do you justify this? How do you do this with CDMPG being this bad? Because they're driving on the same Brooklyn roads as me. So I would imagine they're doing the same 15 MPG in the city when they could have been doing probably a lot better if they had a Toyota RAV4 hybrid, for example. Guys, if you watch me long enough, you know by now that I do 80% of my driving here in the city. And if you watch this video, you already know by now that in my experience, the city MPG produces just like some of the worst results possible. So at this point, the idea of a hybrid would make so much more sense, to me at least. But the problem is, when I was getting a car in the summer of 2024, the Subaru 6th generation was not around for another like 3 or 4 months, and I didn't want to wait. And the hybrid came in like a year later. But yeah, now I'm looking at those EPA numbers for the Subaru 6th generation hybrid model, and wow, 35 mpg city, 34 mpg highway. So the city mpg is actually higher than the highway mpg. To me, that just looks like, wow, that could solve all my problems. I mean, how? How's it getting 35 mpg? If you're watching this and if you have a Subaru Forester hybrid, please tell me what's the real world numbers you're getting in the city. because if that's the case, I might want to switch like tomorrow because, like I said, 15 miles to the gallon with gas prices this high, I mean, it's painful. It's getting way too painful. As far as it's gonna work out, the only thing I don't like about the new Subaru Forester Hybrid is the fact that it doesn't come with a spare tire. You only get a tire repair kit. And even if you go for the off-road version, which is Subaru Forester Hybrid Wilderness trim, still, you don't get a spare tire. You only get a tire repair kit. So obviously, I'm not a fan of that at all, but those city MPG numbers, they look appealing for sure. But back to my car, and honestly, I don't know what to make of it because on one hand, highway MPG is fantastic. I mean, it's more than the sticker. 36 MPG all day long, great big fuel tank. This car is great for big, long road trips. No questions here. Fantastic. But then you look at the city MPG, and it's completely opposite story. I don't get anywhere near the 26 MPG that it states on the window sticker. Okay, I get around 15 mpg. And at first I was blaming the car. Honestly, I was blaming the car, thinking something's wrong with this Subaru Forester in particular. But then I started listening to other people, talking to other Subaru drivers who have the same model as mine, who don't live in Brooklyn, and they're averaging 22, 23 mpg in the city, and they are actually happy with their city mpg numbers. So then I realized that nope, it's not the car, it's the place where I drive this car. And it's technically, yeah, a city, but every city is different. And you could have a city where there's just not as congested as Brooklyn, where you don't crawl for 30 minutes doing 15 miles an hour in a stop and go traffic. You know what I mean? So, yeah, guys, this has been my real world experience with the fuel economy in my 2024 Subaru Forester. Some things are great, some things are not so great. But yeah, overall I'm happy with my Subaru Forester and its fuel economy numbers. But as the prices keep climbing, I keep wanting to check out that new Subaru Forester Hybrid, see how it feels, see how it drives, and most importantly, see the numbers that I'm gonna get driving this car in the city. I'm super curious. So yeah, if you guys at Subaru are listening, please invite me. I'd love to give it a test drive. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Please let me know in the comments what's your city and highway MPG is like in your Subaru Forester, especially, yes, especially if you have a hybrid model. All right, guys, please like and subscribe for more Subaru content like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.